What is up, everybody? Good evening. It is First Friday, April 2nd, 2021. And oh man, I'm so glad you guys are all here. I've been chatting with some folks in the chat. We have a good show tonight. I'm super excited about that. I've got my Dr. Pepper here. Actually, this is my second one. I normally don't drink them, so I'm going to be a little wired, a little crazy, but hey, you know, it's Dr. Pepper. It's Texas. You got to have them. Anyway, I see Ray Kelly in the house, Chris Hope in the house, Tater Rogers in the house, Michael Wright, that's Texas Architecture Drone Dude, Matt Cundiff is out there, Fly Natural, Rose. Let's see who else. Tater Rogers, Artco Drone Solutions. Sounds like Artco did some FPV flying this week. That's awesome. Thanks, you guys. I really appreciate it. I love it when I see all these familiar faces. I see Brad, my brother Brad from Virginia. Good to see you, buddy. I love it when I see so many familiar faces, and then I see some new people that I don't know. So thank you guys all for joining. The chat's right over there. That's why I keep looking over there. Anyway, we have got quite a show tonight. We are actually going to be giving something away, something that is in this bag right here at the end of the show. I didn't really promote it. I should have promoted it more. If anybody can guess in the chat what's in this bag, I'll tell you in just a minute. But before I tell you what's in the bag, I think I messed up the focus on the camera with that, by the way. I just wanted to say a lot has happened since the last First Friday. The last First Friday was back in February. It seems like an eternity ago, quite honestly. Of course, we lost our friend Rick Halber, but I will say that I have been just totally amazed at the response this community has the outpouring of love and appreciation to Rick's family, and just, you know, tributes that have gone out to him. I mean, that honestly, it just really made me feel great about this whole community. So way to go, you guys. On that, it is sad to lose a friend, but at the same time, it is great that we can come together and remember him as well as we have. And I really, just a few of you guys went above and beyond with the tributes. Secondly, I was going to say, DJI released a drone. You remember that? the one that you either love or hate for some reason. It's either the greatest thing ever, the biggest POS ever. I don't know. I don't know why everybody's such haters on it, but I actually am going to talk a little bit about that tonight, and I'm going to talk about an accessory that I don't think anybody here has seen. Maybe a few of you have, but I don't think many of you have seen it. And so I'm curious to see what you guys think about this accessory. I'll show it to you in a little bit. Going to talk a little bit more about the Emacs Babyhawk 2 HD. I had Cornell Herg on last week with Doc Murdoch during Speed Dial. That was a lot of fun. And Cornell is the director of marketing at Emacs. Really, really great guy, great FPV pilot. And really, it was cool to talk to him about that their first digital quad. And I really talked it up because I really, really like it. And I think as far as a very versatile freestyle / can be a long haul. If you put a lithium ion battery on it, you can fly it for a long time. It's just small, it's light, it's quiet. I'm going to play some video from that. And then also going to check in with my, I think he doesn't like it when I call it my sidekick, but my sidekick, Philip, who is actually out in El Paso, Texas. Philip, let's see if we can get him on the horn here. Philip, are you there?
I am.
Hey, what is up, my brother?
Well, I'm trying to get the thing working for later, like just a little bit from now, but for some reason it's being dumb, so I have some words for some people, but
well, that's all right. Well, before all that starts, a couple of things. First of all, where are you? Because it looks like you're in the desert.
Actually, that's basically what El Paso is. Here, I'll get out. I'm in the golf cart right now.
Yeah?
And you can see behind me there's some mountains. That's not this way. That's the Franklin Mountain Range back there. And
where's Mexico?
Mexico's that way.
All right.
You can't see it, but if you
there's
are
a wall
in El Paso,
the way, right?
Well, actually, those mountains back there in the background, if you can see them, that's Mexico.
Okay. And so you said you're in a little suburb of El Paso, right?
Yeah, it's called Anthony.
Out in the old Texas town of El Paso. Da, 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 da.
It's actually not as great as you'd think it would be. It's kind of a rundown city, in my opinion. But if you think about it, if you drive around, it's kind of like it's the Austin of the West, with how busy it is and how much stuff is there. But you're just surrounded by cool-looking stuff instead of nothing.
Well, and it's also kind of isolated. There's Las Cruces is near there. I guess Silver City, where Doc Murdoch lives, is not too far away in New Mexico, Demi, New Mexico. But there's not a lot of big towns aside from. I don't even know what's the biggest town in Mexico across there. It's not. Is it Juarez?
I honestly don't know. I don't know that one for sure.
Well, you're not going to fly across an international border, are you, tonight?
No, I'm not. Don't worry about that.
You know, what'd be cool though is when I'm up in upstate New York, you should be down there, and we could both fly across the border at the same time, north and south. That would be pretty cool.
That might fly in Canada, but I don't think it'll fly in Mexico.
I don't think it'll fly in Canada either. No, honestly, it's not a good idea. I do not recommend flying across the border. Breaking international boundaries with your drone. Not recommended. Anyway, so yeah, did you want to try and get your drone up in the air? Because earlier, just so everyone knows, we had a little test and it worked. We were able to actually see Philip's Mavic 2 Pro that he was flying. Well, he didn't fly it. We just kind of looked at it, but I could do something else and give you a few minutes to mess with that if you need it.
No, it is live. My battery is draining now, so let's go.
Okay.
I sent you a link.
All right, let me click on the link. This will take me just a second to get all this going here. So I'll do this. Fine. Yeah, this is really advanced Wirecast stuff for me, by the way. So look out. Could be trouble. All right, there's.
I'm gonna calibrate it real quick because it's complaining about compass.
Does everybody want to go along the calibration ride, the calibration dance? All right, there's the live view that we're looking at. Yeah, I see it trying to focus.
Come on.
I see.
Tell me to rotate still.
Well, I don't see it. I don't actually see it rotating. There we go. You just nudged it. Maybe you were a little bit behind because it looks like you just. Oh, there we go. Now we're spinning. Yeah, we're definitely probably about 10 seconds behind.
All right, let me try again. I got to rotate it away from my golf cart.
You think that's causing a magnetic vibration, the golf cart?
No, it's just I haven't flown it since we've moved about 200 miles. So yeah.
There's some cool cactus over there.
There's lots of cool stuff over here.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'll show you in a second.
Yeah, well, show us in the air.
For me, it's starting up.
All right. For us, it's still rotating. So just everything you narrate, narrate 10 seconds later.
All right. Well, I am just now taking off from the golf cart.
Okay. You're using the top of your golf cart as your takeoff pad. Yeah. And let me ask you, is that what's causing that magnetic interference? Because isn't that plastic?
It's plastic, yeah. So it's not causing the interference. I'm pretty sure, like I said, it's just because I moved really far away since I've last flown it.
Okay. Oh, and that's the road. I see a road. Where does that road go to?
It's basically just a road to nowhere. In fact, we can probably follow it a little bit.
Where does that highway lead to?
There's a bunch of roads back there. In fact, the more out west Texas you go, the more you'll see these roads that basically just go nowhere.
Huh.
So
I guess they're almost like paths to I don't know. You can kind of see that one does a big circle. It comes back.
Yeah, and then you'll see it in about 10 seconds. But I'm showing you where the RV is right now.
Okay.
So I'm in that. Well, I'll narrate it once we get there.
Yeah, yeah.
But
so you're not very far from your RV. What, maybe quarter mile from the RV?
Oh, not very far at all. You'll see it.
Oh yeah, yeah. There you are.
Yeah,
wow.
We're getting there.
Is that I-10 over there? What's that highway?
Yeah, that's I-10.
Okay.
Mine is that first row there, and I am the second one from the right.
Okay, so if anybody's going to launch a missile, aim for that one.
Here, I'm fixing the view, and then we'll fly over towards the mountains over there a little bit.
Very cool. So how is the Mexican food in El Paso? I got to think it's pretty good.
So here's the thing, right? I went to a place that my friend recommended. He's been to El Paso quite a few times.
Okay.
It's called Valentine's Bakery or something like that.
Okay.
And I had the same issue whenever I was near Big Bend. I got a chicken fajita burrito, and they had teriyaki sauce in it.
What?
Yeah.
That's
like a chicken burrito with teriyaki sauce. So tell me how that makes sense.
But yeah, it's fusion. They can charge more for that, I guess.
Supposedly it's supposed to be a really good place, and the chicken burrito was pretty nasty, but the I got what was it? I can't think of the name.
So you're not giving it the Michelin 4-star report.
Oh heck no. I also got it's like that beef. It's beef stew meat, but it's not. I forget what it's called. Barbacoa.
Barbacoa. Okay.
Yeah, barbacoa. Yeah, I got a barbacoa burrito there. It's pretty good.
All right. So now we're seeing mountains. We're seeing that road in the mountains. It's really pretty. What it looks like the sun is setting. You got a little bit of shadow across one of those. A few clouds in the sky. It looks nice.
Yeah, the sun's setting behind me. And
okay.
Yeah, that's the Franklin Mountain Range, if I remember correctly. There's a state park off to the right that you can go and climb these mountains. Rather.
Wow. And like, can you climb? Do you know how? They'd be curious if the peak of those things is several thousand feet up, or if it's not as high as it looks. They look pretty high.
Let me look real quick.
Not necessarily Colorado high. Now, Sean Oz did run into a mountain with his FPV drone, so don't do that. But man, I'll tell you what, if you wanted to do a range test, this seems like the place to do it.
Yes, I would say it's extraordinarily safe here to do it.
Yeah. There's really nothing to hit. I'm kind of reminded a little bit of Breaking Bad, honestly. The RV and the desert. I
am still totally 100% line of sight, by the way. Promise. The elevation of that mountain is 5426.
Oh, wow. So that's elevation. So that's not necessarily AGL or above the surface where you are. Because I wonder, what's your elevation currently? It
is 264.
Oh, okay. So you're pretty close to sea level, actually. I mean, 200 feet. But so that mountain, the top of that mountain is still lower than Dillon, Colorado, which is at 9,000 feet. So there you go. Yeah, it's pretty out there. Did you guys ever go out to Lajitas or Terlingua?
Yeah, we were at Lajitas, and that's actually where we got that nasty teriyaki burrito.
Oh, did you meet the mayor of Lajitas?
Yes, there's actually two of them.
There's two mayors.
Yeah, well, there's two goats.
Tell everybody.
I don't know if they're both mayors.
Tell everybody about the mayor of Lajitas.
It's literally just a goat or two that's locked up in a cage, and I guess people look at him.
Well, there's more to the story than that.
Yeah, but I didn't hear the story. There wasn't any signage to explain it to me, so maybe you can explain it. So
well, it's right by a convenience store, right?
Yeah.
You go into the convenience store and you buy the goat a beer, and then the goat drinks the beer.
Yeah, I didn't do that. That seemed a little bit weird to me.
It's weird and actually probably pretty awful, that those poor goats. But you give it, whatever. You can give it a soda, anything with a bottle, and it will just take it, put it up like this, and then just chug it. It's pretty pretty amazing. So, all right. So we're heading towards the Franklin Mountains. What's your distance now?
It is totally less than 5,000 feet. I will attest to that.
Well, 5,000 feet is a mile.
Yeah, so I can still totally see it. Don't question that.
Yeah. No, I believe you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a clear day. There's not anything, and it looks like. I mean, that's actually. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of like a texture pack from like Windows 95. You know those sort of texture packs they had that would be over planets, quote unquote.
Yeah, it's very 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 similar to that. In fact, a lot of West Texas is very much like this. It's really cool.
Yeah. No, it's quite pretty.
I am just now losing line of sight, so I should probably start heading back.
Oh, you're just getting to the pretty part, though.
Oh well, here.
Look at
I will do a pan.
Look at the sun on that mountain. That is so nice. No snow up there, though.
No. Here, it's a little bit delayed, but I'm doing a pan right now as best as I can.
Okay.
So you can see the mountain.
And I can actually see the plants down on the ground pretty well. How high are you? What's the altitude? It looks like you're fairly close to the ground, actually.
So I am actually for my starting point, I'm 526, but there's no way that's what I am in real life.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like because you're going uphill, right? So
yeah,
it looks
there's
like
an elevation
more like
more
like 100 feet or so up in the air above.
Well, there's the
ground
pan
level.
that I recorded for you. There we go.
Wow, that's pretty. That looks like a big elephant, that one mountain over there. Like it's got that kind of wrinkly skin.
Yeah.
Very
All right,
nice.
we're heading back now. And it's going to be really bright, so you can probably switch off of this because I'm heading into the sun.
You know what? I'm really glad to see you flying your drone because you said you hadn't been flying it as much lately.
Yeah, I have not, unfortunately. Haven't had much of an occasion.
And you haven't had a chance to fly the FPV drone, the DJI FPV. This is the Mavic 2 Pro you're flying, right?
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to fly that, no. But if we meet up sometime, then I would be willing to fly yours. I don't think the wife's going to let me get it.
No, that's reasonable. You live in an RV, so that might be a little much. Well, I did want to talk a little bit about last time I was on this show. Last time we had First Friday, I talked to everybody about potentially having the opportunity, that I would have the opportunity to go and do some chasing with my FPV drone, which I did get the opportunity to do, and it was really fun, but it was actually a lot harder than I thought it would be to chase a mountain biker. It was a bigger challenge than I was expecting, and I learned a lot of things. I think I did an okay job. Certainly I edited everything together pretty well, so that was really the key, was to cut out all the crashes and stuff. But I'm going to show you guys this video real quick. Some of you might have seen it. It actually doesn't have a very high view count, so I'm sure this might be the first time some of you are seeing it. This is me and Vinny. Vinny is a friend of mine who does a lot of video and stuff with me, chasing our friend Wesley Crow as the crow flies at a mountain bike park. And he is really, really going, and this is us just trying to keep up with him. We are using the DJI FPV. We are using a Phantom 4 Pro for some of the higher shots, like some of the shots where we're above the trees. We're using a GEPRC Crown, and we're using and I used the Baby Hawk as well. Oh, and I used a newbie drone, 6S drone. So it's a whole bunch of different drones, and the footage all kind of looks a little different. I was using the Insta360 Go for some of it, and I was using just the goggles for some of it. So here, I'll let you guys check it out real quick if you haven't already seen this, and if you've already seen it, I think it's worth watching again because it's just so dang much fun. So let's see if we can do it. All right, this is Wesley. You only call him Wes if you really know him well.
That's right.
I'm not at that point yet. I still have to call him Wesley.
Boy. We're working on it though, right?
Yeah. Today's a good step. So where are we?
Spider Mountain Bike Park.
Spider Mountain, and that's in Texas, right?
Yeah, we are in Texas. Burnett, Texas. It's about an hour from Austin.
And right there, boom. All right. So, first of all, thank you, Brad, for the $5 super chat. I also want to mention to you guys, Brad did mention while he was in his chat that about Spin Up. So, actually, funny enough, the place that I'm talking to right now about doing Spin Up is out at that bike park. And you're thinking, why a bike park? It's 1,300 acres. And they have a pavilion and they have all kinds of setup. And so we could fly like crazy out there. And it's actually a place where a lot of Texas EMTs, firefighters, and other first responders actually train on drones. They have a drone training program that works out there. So it's called Reveille Peak Ranch. There's also Spider Mountain, which is next door. But I'm talking to them right now, trying to get that settled and see if we can get a date and book all that. So, bear with me. But it will be October at the soonest. Early December at the latest, somewhere in the October to early December timeframe. So Philip was so inspired by that drone chasing that he is now going to do golf cart chasing. He's got his Mavic 2 Pro in the air, and he's chasing his golf cart. So how's that going?
Yeah. Well, actually, I was waiting for you to start the stream, and we're going to be looking at me sitting for a few seconds.
Oh, no, I see it.
Yeah, we're stopped right now on the live stream.
Oh.
So right now, for me, it's really bumpy because this is a very unmaintained road. And yeah, well, it actually is not too bad. And for some reason, Active Track is not following me. What a jerk. Maybe. Hang on. We'll fix it.
I was on the tube.
Yeah, so we actually got some really cool footage with Active Track then.
It was just circling, and we were going on the boat, and it was just going around me on the tube, and I was like, ah!
All right, so we're good now. It's following me. I'm not sure how delayed you are, but
okay, I got it up in the air. Oh yeah,
right.
Look at it go! Wow, that's kind of epic, classic. Look out for those telephone poles.
Yeah, I see them. Remember, we're all about being safe here, so.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, this is actually pretty cool to be able to see you in a golf cart, and you're doing all this over your cell phone data, right?
Yep.
Man.
Well, it's not my cell phone data, but it is a cellular connection.
What kind do you have? Because it must be a good one.
It's AT&T.
Ah, okay.
It's a Nighthawk M1 modem.
Wow. Well, it works, and it's a Nighthawk M1, and it is over cellular, right?
Yes. Oh.
Wow.
And the drone is circling me.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I see it going. All in real time here, folks.
And it is stuttering a little bit. I think it's my inconsistent speed that it's struggling with.
That's a cool shot. It's going down in front of you now on my screen.
Yeah.
and so now you're going south?
I am going east, actually.
East. Okay, yeah, because the sun is behind you, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow. How far off this road have you driven?
This is the furthest I've gone.
Wow. So if you don't come back, can I have your drone?
Well, I mean, if I don't come back, the drone's not coming back either.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Well, it might make it back. All right. Well, as exciting as this is, I had a few people ask me about the giveaway. So I want to share with everybody what the giveaway looks like. But that was cool. That was pretty cool. Yeah. We could do a live active track. So I'm going to bring you back here, and the giveaway, as I said, is in this bag, and it is an entire GEPRC TinyGO kit. So we have the GEPRC TinyGO here. We have 2 batteries. We have the remote control right here. We have the GEPRC goggles right here. We have the cables that you need for the charging and the antennas. And actually there are 4 total batteries. So it takes 2 to fly. Now I have a review of this thing, and I will tell you that the answer to the question I'm going to ask is in the review. So if don't go watch it right now because I want you to stay here. But I will tell you what the question is at the end of the show, and then you can send me the answer. And the person who sends me the correct answer first will win this GEPRC TinyGO FPV kit. This really is a great all-in-one starter kit. It comes in this bag. I'll send it to you in this bag. It is all set up and ready to go. The goggles are bound. It's a pretty zippy little guy. It does have ducted propellers, so if you want to fly it indoors, you can do that. And just across the board, this thing is really a. Wait, let me go to the Philip shot here. You gonna fly through there? Turn off obstacle avoidance. Come on, do it. Fly through the golf cart. So anyway, I did do a review of this. Again, it's called the GEPRC TinyGO, and the answer to what you'll need to say is in the video about this. But you don't know the question yet, so really there's no point in watching it until I ask the question, because you probably won't figure it out until I ask the question. So I hope someone wins this tonight. I'll do that at the end of the show, so everybody should definitely stick around. Let me go back over here so I can see the chat. Boy, we got so much going on tonight. It's like technology on steroids. All right, so and by the way, one other thing about this thing, it records. You can record analog in the goggles. It is an analog FPV drone, but it also has on board a 4K DVR, and so you can record 4K video, and it's pretty good quality. If you watch my video, you'll see it. You can record 4K video on the 4K DVR. I wouldn't try to use it as a tinywhoop, really, because it's not the most stable thing in the world. But for just learning how to fly FPV, it is a pretty fun little guy. So stick around. At the end, I will show everybody. How did you land? Did you hand catch that, Philip, or did you land it on the ground?
No, I landed on the ground.
Okay. Yeah, Doc was saying hand catch it. Do it, says Mike Miller. So all of that said, talking about FPV, I wanted to show you guys some footage from the Baby Hawk. Now, the Baby Hawk 2 is the first digital FPV system that Emacs has put out. And I think I took all the audio off of this footage, and I think if I talk over it, you'll be able to see it. Yes, I'm pretty sure you can hear me and that the footage is showing. Let me know in the chat if that's not the case. Anyway, this is me flying the Baby Hawk, and Sunrise Water Media was filming for me, and we caught one of the most epic crashes ever, I felt like, because the drone, I was doing these pushes through a set of bushes. Pushes through bushes. That's good. I was flying through these low bushes. There's basically a gap in the bushes, and I was trying to go through them fast and kind of make that again and again. And one time when I was coming back towards Chris, who was holding the GoPro, I caught the edge of the curb, just went a little too low, and the thing spun like flip, and then landed in the parking lot, and then skipped and bounced into the grass across the way. And you'll see that here in just a second. And Chris caught it on the GoPro, and we caught it on the Insta360 on the actual quad, and we're going to see both that footage. There it goes. Boom. Yeah.
I actually would have laughed if you hit your car whenever you're flying over it. I was kind of hoping that was what was going to happen.
Oh yeah, my new car, which I actually just got. Someone just buffed out some of the scratches I had in it, so I really wouldn't want to do that. But yeah, and then I'm going to show you the footage. Continue the footage here, and you'll see it from Chris's perspective using the GoPro. And he actually says at the end of it, I think I left the audio in. He says that was epic or something like that. It was pretty cool how he caught it, and there I got it successful. Anyway, you can do all that with this little GEPRC TinyGO. You just won't be able to go quite as fast because it's two 1S batteries, not a 4S, so it's about half the power. Yeah, there it goes. Ugh,
that looked epic.
So anyway, thank you to Chris with Sunrise Water Media for doing that and being there to help me film that review of the Emacs Tiny Hawk. I also wanted to play a video for you guys that Chris actually recorded. Now, Chris Waters is a talented musician and he's the one that wrote the kind of pop version of the Ready Set Drone song, and he also did this video. don't want this to seem egotistical because it kind of seems that way. This is totally Chris's idea. So take a look at this and let me know what you think.
My days on this planet are numbered. I know not when my final breath I shall take. There is but one quest I must complete. To ask for and receive Kelly's autograph. Will I succeed? Or will I become distracted and steal, I mean borrow, Kelly's quad without even asking his permission? Follow the link below to find out.
All right, so I know you couldn't see that, Philip, but you should watch it. For everyone who hasn't seen that video, it's on Sunrise Water Media's channel. And Sunrise Water Media actually did steal that drone from me, which was the Hawk Pro, which is an analog version of the Emacs. It's more of a racing quad. It's really fast. It's really fun to fly, but we actually collaborated. The trailer for that I just played is on Chris Waters' Sunrise Water Media channel, and then you can pop over and see the actual review on my channel. Yes, Dustin said he stole your drone to test it. Yes, that's Chris. That's Chris. He's wacky. You haven't actually met Chris, have you, Philip? You've been gone that long.
I don't think so, no.
I don't think you have. He hasn't been to, he didn't come to any of the spin-ups. He's really kind of been newer in the drone community. But if you guys haven't had a chance to check out his review of the Hawk Pro on his channel, it's really good. And he's getting really into FPV and getting very good at it. And speaking of FPV, I have a little something here to show everybody. I don't know. I haven't showed you this yet, have I?
No.
I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of a long way off, but this right here is the battery from the DJI FPV quad, and the thing on top of it is something I'm actually going to do a video about tomorrow. It is a little 3D printed TPU protector right there. I should have included some pictures because I have some pictures of this. This was made by Ethan Mitchell and Ken Dono, Original Dobo, and they are selling these things on Etsy. So if you have a DJI FPV drone, one of the challenges with it, I don't know if you know this, Philip, but it lands on the battery. Did you know that?
I did not know.
So the back landing is actually these two little pads down here, and one of the things is if you come down hard, it just you're impacting the actual battery. So what they've come up with is this little shell that's very light. I think it's 11 grams or something. Again, I've got a video coming out about it. I'll have it tomorrow where I weigh it and all that good stuff. I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about, honestly, but it's really cool. And they did print. You can't see it here, but they printed my logo in the side. So if you give them a logo file, I think for a little extra, they'll print it in there. But it gives you a bigger surface area back here to land on, and then also protects those two little bumps from your battery, so that your battery's not in direct contact with the ground when you land, which I think is really cool.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, it's almost, I hate to say it's almost like a little drone condom, but that's what it is. So, Butch Alley said, this is boring. Boo, Butch. That's all right, Butch. I'm giving this away, so I hope you're the winner. This is the giveaway right here. This is why everybody's sticking around, why we don't have massive drop-off, because they know they could win this TinyGO FPV kit here. So hang in there, Butch. It'll get more exciting. As far as that DJI battery cover thing, like I said, that's something that I am going to show a video about tomorrow. So it'll be out tomorrow. So Philip, what else is going on with you? Let's check in. Let's get more exciting.
So we are going to the White Sands National Park next week.
Nice.
We'll be there for 2 weeks. And I was able to get some of... So the footage I showed you last month when I wasn't able to actually come on, I was able to actually start outside of the national park, and then that area where the Rio Grande was actually part of the national park. So I was able to get some of the national park by flying in and starting outside without breaking any rules or laws, which is actually, that was a really cool area. That area where the Rio Grande was. And I was really glad I could do that. So I'm hoping I can do something similar with White Sands National Park, because White Sands National Park is literally just a bunch of white sand. So I think it'd be really cool to get some aerial footage of it.
I mean, I've never actually been there, but is that the place with those big dunes that people slide down? Like you see sometimes people doing like surfing down or riding down like a snowboard or something?
Yeah, I've never been there either, but yeah, that you're supposed to be able to like slide down the dunes there basically with sleds and stuff. So it should be pretty cool.
I see Geeks Fauna in the house. Mike Miller is there. Good to see you. Phil Geisler. Good to see you, Phil Geisler. I don't know if I've met you. Chris Justice is in the house. What do you know? Hey, what's up, Christopher Justice? Ben Thorntoon from San Antonio area. I did not make the last meetup, by the way, unfortunately. It was a day that my son had a lacrosse tournament, and so I didn't make it. But Kai set a date for April, I think, 17th. I need to double check, but that's when the next one will be. I'm pretty sure I can make that one at this point. But anyway, Chris Justice, if you're still in the house, man, good to see you. Stick around. You could win a drone. I know that's what you want. Let's see. Chris Justice is my pal from way back and actually co-founded my company with me. So there he is. Hey. And Lee is there too. So Lee popped in. Lee was actually at a couple of our meetups. So tell me this, Philip, you've been on the road for what, a year and a half now?
Yeah, I think so.
Where's the best place you've flown a drone?
Definitely the Keys, because there's not anything out there. Like there are some no-fly zones, right, but there's not very many, and there's just a bunch of islands that are connected. So you have almost unrestricted access to perpetually clear blue water, and then you get to see the islands and stuff around the water. And I have a little bit of video footage from that. I'm not sure if we've shown it on the show or not, but that's probably my favorite place to fly. And then after that's definitely Big Bend, because honestly, I've never seen something quite as good, especially the HDR photo. I don't know if you show the HDR photo or not of the Rio Grande where that canyon is.
Yeah, I did. So I showed that last time.
Yeah, it's just so pretty.
Well, Doc Murdoch said part of the area, I guess around White Sands, is restricted airspace because of a military base. So definitely be careful.
Yeah, I check that stuff. So
check before you take off. So I also have, as usual, and very much appreciated, it is springtime. I think. Are you? I mean, I guess in El Paso it's pretty much the same weather all year, I would say. But you haven't been there all year. Like you're not seeing flowers blooming or anything, right?
No.
Okay. Well, the good news is we actually have a really, really good footage, a really good video with a whole bunch of spring blooms and things like that in Texas. But now this is East Texas. Opposite side of the state is Chris Hope put together a little video for us. We call it 2 Minutes of Hope. And it's some awesome, not only drone footage, but also just beautiful footage of his property. And by the way, you'll have to see what he does with his tractor and a GoPro. It's actually quite scary and risky, but we'll check it out here. 2 Minutes of Hope. applause for Chris Hope, man. Every single time he sends me the video, I'm always blown away. I feel like it's a little slice of life you get to see out there at the House of Hope in East Texas. And like I said, pretty different environment from West Texas, right, Phil?
Oh, yeah, definitely. West Texas it's something else. It's almost like another planet sometimes.
Yeah, it does kind of have that Mars. Like I said, the Mars texture pack from Windows 95. I can remember the first time I saw that. I don't remember what the game was, but it was some game where if you went out of bounds in the game, you just kind of traveled along the surface of a planet, and it just looked like exactly that. It was just this repeating pattern of, stuff that looked like hills and stuff. Anyway, so good job, Chris Hope. Much appreciated. It is actually Bluebonnet time here in Austin and kind of around here. I've seen a lot of Bluebonnets recently. I actually had an opportunity to fly for a nonprofit about 2 weeks ago, and I can't really talk about what we were doing because they haven't made the announcement yet, but they had a really beautiful piece of property we were flying on with Bluebonnets and stuff. So it was fun. It was cool to be on private property, as actually getting paid to be on private property and fly around in just this beautiful environment. That's kind of the dream situation for me. But
there were actually a few Bluebonnets going out to West Texas, between Big Bend's Terralingua area and Van Horn. So I was actually surprised. There were just like a few scattered. There weren't too many.
They probably were planted. I think they get planted along the highway just as part of the sort of Texas. What do they call it? The sort of Texas Chamber of Commerce kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah, they don't actually. I don't think they actually just appear naturally right there by the highway. Were they right by the highway?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's actually by design. And by the way, everybody, stick around. I'll be telling you how to win the TinyGO kit here with the goggles and the remote control. And by the way, this remote control is actually a really good little remote control for a kit remote control. I really like this. I've been hesitant to give it away, but I haven't flown it in quite a while, and so that's why I thought tonight would be a good night to do it. But before we do that, is Sean Oz in the house? What's up, Sean Oz? Oh, I do see Sean Oz. Howdy. Good to see you, man. Before we give away the TinyGO, or tell you how to win the TinyGO, because I'm actually going to tell you how to win it. You'll have to send me the answer, and then tomorrow I'll announce. I'll just put probably in the description of this video who won, and then I'll also reach out to whoever won. But before all that, we have a thing that we do every month. You know what that is, Philip?
Subscribe of the month.
Yeah, you got it. Subscriber of the month. I've got subscriber of the month, and I'm always excited when I see subscriber of the month in the chat. It means they're here watching. And subscriber of the month, let me tell you, they get some good stuff. They get a shirt, they get a coffee mug, a Ready Set Drone Yeti mug. They get whatever other stuff I have laying around. I ship it all to them, and so you want to be subscriber of the month. And any guesses on who it is, Philip?
Well, I've been waiting for it to be me, but that's never going to happen. So I don't have any good guesses of who it's going to be.
Someday. Well, I want to talk about subscriber of the month. I'll start describing this person. It is a fellow Texan, and he is a guy that I have met on multiple occasions. He actually came to Spin Down, and we got to hang out together, flying up there in the mountains, driving around in a truck that I had rented, which was actually pretty fun. He came to a meetup a couple times here in town, and for everyone that doesn't know, it's Michael Wright, and his screen name is Texas Architecture Drone Guy. So Tex Art Drone Guy. So congratulations, Michael Wright. You are a great member of this community. I love seeing you here in the chat all the time, and I really appreciate you being part of the flight crew and coming to all those events. And so, way to go, Michael Wright. You are a subscriber of the month. I will reach out to you tomorrow and make sure I have your address and everything so I can get sending stuff. But and again, Sean Oz. If you haven't watched Sean Oz crash his drone into the side of a mountain, go watch it. It's the Fpv drone, and then he hikes up the mountain and gets it. And he does it without a hat. And Sean Oz has no hair. You know what it's like when it was cold. You know what it's like when it's cold outside with no hair. You need a hat.
I don't think I told you this, but we tried to climb up a mountain whenever it was freezing cold and 70 to 80 miles per hour wind. That was last week, basically. at Guadalupe State Park or National Park.
Wait, 70 to 80 mile an hour wind?
Yeah. So the ground wind was between 60 and 70, and they were estimating that the peak was up to 90 miles per hour for the wind. We didn't actually plan for it to happen on such a windy day, but it was so windy and so cold, there was actually snow flurries coming off the top of the mountain, and it was like maybe 50 on the ground.
What does that feel? What does 90 mile an hour wind feel like?
So I've actually been experiencing a lot in the Van Horn, Texas area, and it's in an RV, the whole thing shakes.
Oh yeah,
like the whole freaking thing shakes
when you're parked. Not you don't want to be driving in that, right?
No, you don't. But it's crazy. And out here in West Texas, it literally just everywhere around you is dirt and sand, and it just brings it all up, and there's just a sandstorm coming at you. It's hilarious and crazy.
Wow. No, it's I don't know that I've ever been in 90 mile an hour winds. I mean, it seems like you could just kind of lean over and it would just hold you up, kind of thing, you know. It's
not sustained. It's gusts of that much, but yeah, we probably felt up to 70 and 80 while we were there.
I'm laughing here because somebody said, I missed who it was, but they said he's holding out for subscriber of the decade. You're gonna have to get in line behind Chris Hope. Let me just tell you, if there's going to be a subscriber of the decade, Chris Hope's at the top of the list, and my brother Brad as well. But yeah, I have had some windy times flying here recently. I mean, I think those same storms blow through Austin, but by the time they get here, they've greatly diminished. And it's just amazing to me that it can be that windy. You can be getting wind gust warnings, right, on the Mavic, or I've recently been flying the Evo 2 a bit more, or I mean, kind of any of those foldable drones. They will sit in a sustained or a gust of wind like that, and you look at the screen and you can barely see it moving. Like you don't see it moving. Doesn't that just blow you away?
Yeah, I definitely saw some of that in the Big Bend area because it's always windy there too. Not quite as bad as Van Horn, but yeah, I was up in the air and it was freaking out. It was telling me that there's high winds, but it's like I don't see any high winds. Let's keep going.
This footage looks great. And you of course, you know what you always want to do is fly with the wind away and then against it coming back, right? That's I'm kidding. That's actually the wrong.
No,
I made that mistake one time in Bandera. I was out there flying. It was the original Mavic Pro, and it was super windy. We were sitting in. As a matter of fact, my video where I did the range test was in Bandera. It was that same time period, and I took it up. We were in these trees, so I didn't really know which way the wind was blowing. So I took it up above the trees and just kind of took off. And I was going with the wind, and then coming back, it could barely. I mean, it was like really fighting to get back, and I was like, "Oh, why did I go with the wind?" Anyway.
And then on top of that, makes it harder on the battery. So if you're already stretching your battery limit anyway, you might not make it back.
Yeah, no. And then I took that same drone and dumped it in a pond. So, you know, all good. So the last thing I have is going to give you guys the rules for this to win this thing. So one more time, this is if you're here for the giveaway, it is that time. So get ready. You're going to have to go do something and then email somewhere. So I know it's a little old school. Us old guys will have the advantage because we still use old email. I know a lot of you kids only use Discord or Snapchat or whatever. I don't do Snapchat. So this is the GEPRC TinyGO. It is a little FPV, analog FPV drone with a 4K DVR built into it. I will tell you the DVR is kind of hard to get the card in and out of. I mentioned that in my video. It comes with the actual quad, which uses two 1S batteries. You plug them both in to make it kind of a 2S, and so it's pretty zippy. It comes with the remote control, which again is pretty decent quality for a kit remote control. It comes with the goggles, which again, as far as a kit goes, I have to say I do like Emacs a lot, but this thing is better than the Tiny Hawk kits you get, I think. And then there are the extra batteries, antennas, charging cables, etc. in here. So the winner of this, what should we do to them, Philip? I have an idea, but do you have any? Should we first person to super chat $1,000 wins?
Yeah, just buy it for.
Yeah, okay. for $1,000, I'll throw in a sticker too. No, I'm kidding. So what you got to do to win this thing is go to the review of this, and again, it's called the TinyGO from GEPRC, and then count the number of times I say GEPRC in the video. GEPRC, 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 GEPRC. How many times do I say GEPRC? And then email that number to me, contest at readysetdrone.com. Contest at readysetdrone.com, not Kelly. I'll get them both, but contest is the official one. The number of times I say GEPRC in the GEPRC TinyGO video. So that's what you got to do. Once you send it to me, the first person to get the answer right, the correct number of times I said it, tomorrow I'll wake up and I will see all these emails, maybe even tonight if they come in, and I will see all these emails, and the first person to correctly count the number of times I say GEPRC in that video will be the winner, and I will announce that tomorrow, and then I will ship it off to you, and I will even ship it off to you if you live across the pond. It might cost me more than the actual drone, but I'll do it. And it may take months to get there. Ask Geeksvana. I sent him a package, and it literally took like 4 months for it to get there, but I'll do my best. So that's the contest. Philip, any final words as we wrap up tonight on first Friday of April?
Well, it does have to go elsewhere across the pond. Hopefully there's not a ship stuck in a canal again blocking the traffic.
True. So many ways for stuff to get lost these days, right? I'm actually pretty amazed that stuff gets to people. So anyway, that's the contest. That's the show. Thank you, Philip, for being on. Oh, by the way, I do have a picture of Michael Wright. I meant to actually show everybody. He is to both of us actually for making that live view of the mountains work. And all that good stuff. You guys are awesome. Really appreciate you all being here. Philip, any final words?
Just stay fly.
And don't fly alone. That's the most important thing, because I'm going to fly with Ready Set Drone, and I will do my very best next time to have a date and location for spin up. Peace.
When I fly, I won't fly alone. I'm gonna fly with Ready Set Drone, 'cause Ready Set Drone will always fly with me. Flying fast and flying free, flying with friends is the life for me, 'cause Ready Set Drone is my community. Goggles and rotors and FPV, props and motors and ESCs, gimbals and cameras are what we use to fly. Sharing stories and swapping tales, amazing triumphs and epic fails. How will you know if you don't ever try? Ready, set, drone, spin up your props and plug in your phone. Fly with us and we think you'll agree. Ready, set, drone, what's the point of flying alone? Flying with friends will make you feel so free. Fly, I won't fly alone. I'm gonna fly with Ready Set Drone, 'cause Ready Set Drone will always fly with me. Flying fast and flying free, flying with friends is the life for me, 'cause Ready Set Drone is my community. Ready Set Drone, spin up your props and plug in your phone. Fly with us and we think